Alright, and then we go to YouTube. Live here. And then I have to make edits. And then we go House of Fata. And then we pause that. Alright, is that working? Is working? Okay. True. Yeah. How you go, big guy? I don't know. We'll find out. What was the most recent? Here we go. That is most recent, right? Yeah. Reached the end of the corridor. Appeared to be a doorway, but the door itself has since long gone, leaving only a hole in the wall to frame the stairs behind it. Without hesitation, the maid descended into the darkness. You have more interest in this mansion, master, than a mere maid, do you not? Though it pains you to say as much in your presence, this house is cursed! Oh, shit. I accidentally clicked the lock. Backlog, okay. Yes, it is a curse that runs deep. As you just bore witness to, the majority of those who dwell within these walls fall into misfortune. I have served here for many years, and periods of happiness are as fleeting as a sugar cube and a cup of hot tea. Why did such tragedies befall them? If I were to guess, master, it was because you had not returned. But when you remember your true self, the mansion's curse should be broken. The next door is before us. It appeared to be the entrance to a cellar. The disconsolate wooden door was visibly rotten in several places, and it seemed it might crumble at a single touch. You could hear the sound of something devouring meat beyond the door. Maybe there was a beast living within. Before you had a chance to say you thought it was dangerous, the maid opened the door with a chilling smile on her face. Your first impression was that it smelled of blood. Oh, Jesus. Blub. $1707. So this is 100 years later. It might. The mansion sat in the ruins in that era. Not a soul Good lord, that's kind of loud. Not a soul resided within. The grandeur of the house was lost to the ages. Oh god, sparkle noises. It was in perpetual decline. Not a flower grew in the garden. Dust and dirt blackened the pilaster. Not a pleasant sight. As hard as I tried to fight it, I could not stop the mansion's descent into disrepair. The depth of the previous owner's grief or perhaps despair was far too much. After the beautiful flaxen-haired family, people stayed away from the mansion. They had no heirs, so their bloodline simply vanished into the depths of history. Yeah, their kids kinda died. It had been about 50 years since the house had last had a residence. The forlorn property appeared as though it had been abandoned for centuries, and the occasional villager who stumbled upon it did not remain there more than a day. My time there was rather solitary. That was perhaps the loneliest time of my life. Everyone who visited the mansion feared it, and it was left without anyone to become its master. I even came to believe that my time serving as a maid would come to an end in this era. However, one day I noticed something out of the ordinary. As a servant of the house, I am almost immediately aware of any new presence within its walls. And there appeared to be someone downstairs. Can you imagine just how delighted I was? The part of me was anxious about what kind of person I might find, and the possibility that it could be you had my heart aflutter. So resisting the urge to rush, I headed for the basement. The cellar was where red wine, smoked meat, and other preserved foods were kept. By that point, the wine was practically antique. As I'd expected, a man had made his way into the cellar. Jesus Christ, it's so loud. Is anyone there? Although I am unsure if referring to him as a man is entirely accurate. Well, that's blanks. Oh my, this is quite something. Oh, that sure is a spooky face. A demo. The very first thing I sensed was an almost unbearable stench. The odor emanated from the man, heightened by the food he had carelessly rummaged through. The blood-red liquid spilled from wine barrels soaking the floor. His sunken eyes had a piercing wolf-like glimmer in them. His teeth were sharp and yellowed, visible as he ripped into a chunk of meat. He grumbled in a seemingly inhuman tongue. I was looking at a beast. Or perhaps a half-beast. There was another source of odor in the room, though. It had something of a kind of metallic tinge to it, and when I noticed this, I nearly passed out. The red liquid was not just wine, as I had assumed. The beast had, I presume, stolen a weapon from the village. A sword far too nice for him to lay on the floor, beside. Yeah. I could hardly imagine how many people's lives he had taken with that blade. It was visibly wet with blood, even in the darkness of the cellar, and at the same time, it had an opposing gleam. Imposing. The fine, luscious aroma of the wine could not mask the stench of blood and the beast. Holding my breath, I took a few moments to ponder. Ponder what? Oh, master, you know. Tell me, were you summoned here by the mansion? Okay. Did you come here knowing what kind of place it is? Or let's just scratch the strings, I guess. Hehehe. If you are in want of money, you are welcome to help yourself to some of the furniture. I imagine the villagers would be willing to welcome you if you dressed yourself up a bit more like a person. Then you can trade the furniture for food and make your way to a larger town. The wolf was able to fool the innocent girl simply by putting on clothes, after all. Oh dear, I was afraid you wouldn't understand me. What am I to do? I was in quite the predicament. Nevertheless, it meant a great deal to me that I had found someone who did not fear the mansion, be they human or beast. So I decided I should give him my assistance, while doing my best not to agitate him. Say, could you perchance be my new master? How's the rest of the text supposed to run if this guy doesn't know how to speak? Is she just gonna be interpreter the entire time? The mansion sat near the ocean. To say it was perched upon a cliff might make it sound rather intimidating. But you can see the beautifully clear sea through the windows, a glimmering expanse of emerald and turquoise. If the mansion had been in proper condition, it would have been breathtaking against that backdrop. The secrets. I even wanted to plant orange trees in the garden. There was a tumultuous era, the sun still shone bright upon the land, which only served to emphasize the house's unsightliness. Oh yes, perhaps I should give you some more background information. At that period in time, a war had just drawn to a close. The once gorgeous wetland was infested with crows, picking at decaying remains. The bodies of soldiers fallen in battle continually washed up on the shores of coastal villages. Spicy. People wanting nothing more than for the curtain to draw on that deeply political contest. When it finally did, the kingdom, with its richly fertile shores, was stripped of its independence, beginning a new era under a new rule. The people were exhausted, their spirits wasted away, and the splendor of the ocean and sky did nothing to help. In my mind, the beast was emblematic of the times, emaciated and enveloped in the scent of blood. But the war came to an end. Thus, the beast did not have to remain a beast, I thought. Did he? Did he? So I endeavored to make the beast more human-like. First, I needed to do something about his appearance. I would draw a bath, scrub away all the filth, and dress him in clothing left in the mansion. However, having sat unused for 50 years, the majority of garments had been devoured by insects and were of little use. So I searched the mansion top to bottom for anything the beast could wear, heated up some coals, and set to work ironing what I found. At the time, steam irons had not yet been invented. We used plates of iron heated with coals. They somewhat resembled kettles. Of those. I even prepared meals for the beast in order to teach him proper table manners. Although with the mansion in a nearly uninhabitable state of disarray, there was only so much I could do in the kitchen. And the only supplies I had to work with were what was left in the cellar. As such, I was not able to put to use the cooking skills I had learned in the flaxen-haired family's time. God, every time the beast appears. That face. Now. You mustn't eat with your hands. Do you want to get your fingers and face dirty? There's more strum. You eat using a knife and fork. See? Like this. I feel like I'm teaching a young child. Oh, hates it. Oh my, what are you holding your head for? Oh dear. Perhaps I should be teaching you to speak before table manners. Worry not, we have plenty of time. You needn't act so frightened. Or perhaps you do not want to be understood at all? Would you be so kind as to tell me your name? You are, for now, still a guest. It is too soon for me to call you master. Or am I mistaken? Your name. That is what people call you. How about I start by telling you my name? Oh hey, I am called... Oh, not allowed. Not allowed to know yet. We're only gonna learn her name at the end when I remember my entire life and story, I guess. Oh, it's B! Really? Well, that's kind of on the nose, huh? Bestia. You know, beast. I beast. Get it? I beast. Bestia. Your name is Bestia? Heh, I see. Then, that is what I shall call you, Bestia. My, you seem to be rather perplexed as to how I was still alive. He had, in fact, attempted to cause me harm. However, I am a servant of the house. The beast called himself Bestia. It is a curious thing, when I learned his name, he seemed to take on new importance in my mind. It's not a mere beast, but the thing called Bestia. Master, should I ever have the chance to hear your name, I am certain you too shall become much more substantial a presence. You must always remember, Master, that even if you do not remember your name, and even if you never know mine, you have always held a special place in my heart. Sick. And thus began my tranquil days with Bestia. Slowly he began to learn the human tongue, and I was, to be honest, rather thrilled. To be certain, I was afraid of the beast. But my fear was not so strong as my elation that there was someone else in the mansion Someone to whom I could speak. And someone that might become my master. Come now, you must pull weeds out at the roots or they will soon grow back. This is a task that requires perseverance. You do it like this, see? There you go. Grass! Oh, did you not expect that? What appears to be plants on the surface is actually all connected with the soil. Within the soil. This is a task that requires a man's strength. There were other servants, they could do it. So I apologize for making you tend to the garden, future master. Perhaps now that you are all dressed up, do you wish to leave the mansion and find someone to fool, as the wolf did the sweet little girl? Have you no interest in remaining in such a disheveled house? And tea. Go on. Not want to leave. Oh my, is that so? Okay. If you wish to stay, then I shall not stop you. On the contrary, I will gladly attend to you. I am waiting for the person who is to become my master. Forever waiting. Should be able to watch over you until the day you depart this world, old and wrinkled. Do you not believe me? Are you interested in becoming the master of this house? Will be. I have to wonder if you know what you're saying. Although it matters little whether you do or not. Oh my, look at that. Now this brings back memories. This is called a rose. Do you know what a rose is? It's a type of flower. Not know. I don't know what this voice is like. It's supposed to be like down. Do not know. No. You want the Kermit voice? I see, then allow me to teach you. What you have here is not a real rose. The real roses wilted and are sleeping in the soil. This is called an oh, it's the rose charm. Rip, I guess. That got left here. The beast held an ornamental white rose in his hand. Yeah, it's the one from the girl. An object someone sometime meant to give to someone else. Curiously, the white rose was just as stunning as it had been the day it was made, despite being buried in the earth for so many years. I hear roses make wonderful gifts. Hehehe. Stared intently at the decorative rose. I had presumed the beast would either discard it disinterestedly or destroy it, but much to my surprise, Bestie held it gently in his hands as though it were something precious to him. Are you, perchance, considering giving it to me? So you are not. Very well. There's someone else you would like to give it to. In that moment, a thought floated through my mind. The thing I had found in a pool of blood in the cellar was a monstrous creature indeed, but perhaps that was not, at his core, what he truly was. So I asked him a question. What is it that you desire, Bestia? This mansion fulfills people's desires. You yearn for something. Do you actually want this Kermit? Want. Live peace. Look at that filthy thing. A beast. It's a beast. It's eating goddamn sand. Are you really that hungry? Beast, you foul creature. Stay the hell back. Get any closer. Filthy beast. I'm getting fucking flashed. And I'll kill you. Several days passed. As Bestia began to act more like a person, the mansion followed suit, slowly becoming more habitable, though not yet back to its former glory. No flowers grew in the garden, but neither were there weeds infesting it. The dusty corridors, shattered windows, rust-covered kitchen gradually returned to their proper states. Bestia learned how to change his own clothes and how to draw a bath. No longer did I have to wait on him hand and foot. He could take care of a number of things all by himself. What we lacked for food, he acquired from the forest. Never did he go to purchase supplies from the village, rather. He had captured hares and gathered herbs hidden in the overgrowth. They were days without incident. And though life may be want for excitement, peace is something that you mustn't take for granted. Those who have it casted aside, finding the leisurely flow of time dull. Only those who have never experienced it truly know how precious it is. Bestie appeared to be content. He wore an expression of solitary serenity. "Someone! Is anyone there?" And then one day a crack formed in the uneventful tranquility. "Is anyone in there? Could you part with some food? I don't need much. Some food and water. Just a little. That's all I need." Bessie looked over at me as if seeking my aid. Ironic, no? It was the visitor who was truly in need of aid. Pondered for a few moments, deciding that I could not simply turn away someone calling upon the mansion. Had Bessie ordered me not to let him in, I would have followed his instructions, but he said nothing. "Well, you sure are a fancy merchant." Thank God, someone's here. I was afraid it was deserted." "You said you were in need of sustenance?" Yes. Doesn't have to be much. Anything to quench his thirst. I got lost and it's been several days. Give me a few minutes. I will find." Oh shit, that's a full sentence. Let him in. Oh wait, it's a firm, deep voice. That means I can't do this anymore. Let him in. I just have to do it lower, I guess. A firm, deep voice came from behind me. I was quite startled. When had the beast learned to act so much like a human? When had he learned to speak so clearly and to behave so much like a master? Ah. Upon seeing Bestia, a look of terror appeared across the wanderer's face for a moment. To my eyes, Bestia was the very image of the head of the house, but to an outsider he probably appeared to be nothing more than a beast in man's clothing. Oh god, I have to take 2 seconds every time his text comes up to be like, oh yeah, I have to do this. Prepare him a meal and a bed. I suspect he is quite tired. Thank you very much. But in time the fear drained from the man's face. Bestia sat precariously on the border between the man and beast. Or man and beast. Though he still had his doubts, the wanderer revised his first impression, deciding Bestia to be human. As the wolf had fooled the little girl in the forest, he too had succumbed in playing the role of a man. I thought it was a goner for a while there, but you really came to the rescue. And a meal like this on top of that, you really didn't have to. I guess that's not an appropriate thing to say as I am eating. What kind of meat is this? Here. It's damn tender for a rabbit. Here I thought it was beef. You're quite the skilled chef. Oh, is she the one who cooked this? Is she your wife? Oh no, I am merely a servant. A female servant, huh? Don't see that very often. This mansion's as full of surprises, I can hardly believe it. Lost for days, and as soon as I think I'm dead, there it is. Thinking back on it now, it's miraculous. But why are you two living alone in a house on a cliff? Oh, I beg your pardon. Asking so many questions without telling you about myself. My apologies. Just got a little too excited to finally see other people. I'm a merchant. I do international trade. Till a few years back, spice exports pretty much came from one place. All came from one place. But now we've established trade routes of our own. Our country's fighting tooth and nail to push our exports. And in fact, some have lost a few teeth in that fight already. But that's just how it works. It's a cutthroat world. You do what you must to survive. That's just how it works, the merchant said, a sorrowful look on his face. He was quite clearly putting on a show, though. Confidence in himself and his homeland radiated from the man. I came to this land to do business. But, much to my chagrin, I somehow ended up lost in the forest. Had I wandered around for much longer, I'd have lost the chance to ever see my beloved again. Your beloved? Or, your beloved? Yes, sir. I'm constantly out on business, so we only get to see each other a few times a year. But she always waits for my return. I'd like to introduce you to her if I ever get the chance. She's a pretty girl, not especially striking. Is that so? The merchant was a man of many words, and I, for one, do not mind a lively supper table. Though I do not know how Bestia felt, at the very least, I was glad we had invited the wanderer into the mansion. He was, after all, holding a proper conversation with someone, and he seemed to be having success concealing his piercing beastly gaze. However... Oh, right. I stopped by the village before entering the forest, and I heard a bone-chilling tale there. As soon as the merchant brought up the subject, a palpable tension spread through the room. They say there have been sightings of a beast. It's a creature unlike anything anyone's seen before. Not a wolf or a bear or anything like that. It even attacked the village once, killing several people. Thankfully, the men managed to drive it out. But the creature's still alive. There's nothing in this world scarier than a vicious beast. You should keep an eye out. Wouldn't want to accidentally let a murderous beast into your home. At the villager's insistence, I had the smithy forge me a knife. Is that knife... Huh? With you now? Well, yeah, I've got it on me. Only good to defend myself with, but it's better than... That knife. You brought that knife. You're here to kill me with that knife. What? You're going to stab me again and again with that knife like they did last time. That's why you're here, isn't it? What are you talking about? What's gotten into you? Stab and stab and stab. Calm down. What are you so worried about? I'm not going to hurt you with this. Oh. Activated. Down. What did you say? Oh, speaking in beast tongue. I like to imagine that before the wolf ate the poor little girl, he said, "Is this what I always looked like?" That beast. What's your problem? What's wrong? Talk like a human. It's me. Stop, stay back. Get any closer and I'll stab you to death. You act like you only just realized I'm a beast. Yeah. That's right. I'm a beast. I'll kill them. Stay back. And I'll do the same to you. Heal. In his hand, Bestia held his sword. Perhaps it had been hidden under the table, or maybe behind the chair? Regardless, it was as though he had expected this to happen. Oh, jeez. Let's see. The merchant kicked aside a chair, attempted to flee, but Bestia closed the distance in an instant, knocking him back. He lost his balance and slammed against the wall, but still he made to escape, although the beast stood blocking his path. No, please, stop this. Don't kill me. My beloved is waiting for me back home. I can't. Leave her behind. And why should I care? Oh, that's a rippy noise. Damn, they made a model and did this art just for him to die like this. Well, that sure is a scream. Dreadful screaming echoed through the dining room. I reflexively covered my ears. Oh, please help! Somebody! Anyone! No one's going to come for you. This mansion's a long way from town. Help! That woman! Where did she... Why isn't she here? She was just... You'd kill me if you don't kill you. I mean, you'll kill me if I don't kill you, and so I must show you that I will. I must show you that I'm serious. I must kill you, or you won't understand. You just won't understand. If I don't show you firsthand, you won't understand. Good rhyme, good rhyme. I'll make you understand. I'll make your flesh and bones understand. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Kill you. What? monster. That's right, I am. A beast. It's me. Kermit the Frog here to stab you. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of hee hee hoos. That's a big laugh. It's got like big pipes to be laughing that long. They had been enjoying a peaceful meal around the table just minutes earlier. So what had triggered this? If I were to guess, the merchant saying the word knife is what caused the beast to snap. Simple, small thing to set him off. Could not comprehend it. Bestia, who had said he wished for peace, was staring down at the ravaged corpse of the merchant, with a look of ecstasy on his face. Master, can you understand how he felt? Even just a little. Did he not yearn for peace, but for slaughter? Scene switch. Got giggles. Pretty spooky. Pauline. New people. Alright. That does it for shopping today. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, snack time. There's nothing better than having a ham sandwich in the park. Is there? Oh dear, maybe I should lower my voice when I'm talking to myself. Oh sure, are we ready for Beauty and the Beast? But it's so nice out, I just can't help myself. Does the weather have anything to do with talking to oneself? Not important, food. If he were here, it would taste even better. Oh, this is probably his beloved. Wonder when I'll get to see him next. Pauline! There you are. Oh dear, what's got you so frazzled, Mom? Oh, Pauline. What is it? Did something happen? What's the matter, Mom? Mom? Pauline. This isn't like you, Mom. It's not like you at all. Tell me what happened. I told you to stay away from men who trade. Huh? Oh, Pauline, my dear daughter. Why must God be so cruel to such a sweet girl? You're hurting me, Mom. Don't squeeze me so tight. What's gotten into you? Listen carefully, Pauline. You must be calm and hear me out, understood? Your lover, the beloved man you wait for, is dead. Dun 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 dun. The beast's humanity began to slipping away from him after that encounter. So what did he do? Did we ship off the dead body? Or is this an assumed because he didn't come back sort of situation? Or did we, like, toss his head into town? I don't know. He had returned to the thing I had found in the cellar. Actually, he prowled the mansion's halls looking more barbaric than ever. Oh, well, rip that. Despite all the effort he had put into learning to act like a human, he now ripped the velvet curtains off the wall, howling shrilly. Stomping back and forth through the halls, ravaging the god, and watched him intently though from a distance. Bestie was not merely a beast, but an out-of-control bloodthirsty one. Just a few days ago, we had been tending the garden together, but that was no longer possible. Quite disappointed. There was some clattering. Eventually, Bestie discovered my hiding place. I had not felt regret in a very long time, but I felt deep regret in that moment. More! Don't have enough, not enough, I need more. I must satisfy these urges. Are you saying peace was not enough to save you? Did I mishear you when you asked for peace? I was mistaken. Asking for peace won't solve anything. Blood, despair, eyes filled with terror. These are the things I need. But I've always known it! You said this mansion fulfills people's desires, then... Give me prey. Give me video game named Prey. No more hairs, live humans. Why did I ever teach him to speak human language? Shit sucks, bro. Before long, the mansion granted his wish. Once a week, a villager or a traveling merchant from somewhere would wander into the forest, ending up at the mansion on the cliff. But something felt suspicious about the man who greeted them at the door. On the surface, he looked like a proper nobleman. So they eventually chose to trust Bestia. The mansion had an air of loneliness about it, but it was adequate to provide rest for their weary feet. There was food and a bed, and most comforting of all, there were other people. The lord of the house treated the lost souls like esteemed guests, poured them fine wine, and had me cook for them. No one suspected in the slightest that he was a beast. But an unreasonably convincing act. Because yes, I had taught him how to behave like a master. The villagers all went to bed contented. But as I'm sure you can imagine, master, they would never see the light of day again. The penetratingly bright sunlight particular to this area. A beast! A beast! You disgusting creature! You hideous monster! Kill him!
If that's how you humans want to do things, then I'll play your little game. I'll play it even better than you. I'll kill you. I'll slaughter you.
Big Stabby.
No, please don't. Now, kid, cry for me, beg for your life.
That's getting big fangy.
Pray for my mercy. Weep and struggle and suffer and die.
No, okay, I don't want to voice his inner thoughts like that. No one understands. No one can possibly understand what. Because, like, maybe he narrates in a normaler voice. Who knows in his head? What did I ever do? Was it just because I'm a beast? When did I become a beast? Why did beasts have to die? Beasts are savage and so they must die. I am a beast, therefore I am savage. In which case, I'll kill them. Show them what makes a beast so terrifying. Moonlight crept through the crept through the torn velvet curtains, shining down upon the blood-soaked beast. It was a sight that would incite terror in anyone.
Look at this, no one can stand up to me. Humans have no chance against beasts. Hee 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 ha. More, I need more. Give me more prey.
The magic continued to sate the beast's demented cravings, sending not one but multiple villagers into his claws, and to these blood-stained walls, off which echoed his monstrous howls. Stop, please! I am begging you, spare me! Oh God!
Sorry, I'm not familiar with your god. Beasts have no needs for gods. Beast god.
I have a wife and son back at the village, please! Let me return to them.
Why don't you bring them back to me? I'll send them to the same place you're going.
Oh, that's a zoom in. Why, I am with child. Please let me go.
Are you now? In that case, I'll kill the baby first.
That's kinda fucked up, bro.
You damned monster. That's right, I'm a monster. And by killing no one can defy me. I have to show the world that beasts are the most frightening things on this earth.
The beast began to change his style. Sick. He's leveling up. Making sick banquets out of his kills. Some days he would tie his guests up in the cellar, playing with them for hours until they finally died. Some days he would drain them of all their blood and bathe in it. Some days he would spread them out on the table and feast upon them. Every week, another atrocious party. He did everything imaginable. As a faithful servant of this house, I am confident I can do most anything I'm asked. Though you could surely imagine my surprise at having to use the cooking skills I learned while serving the flaxen-haired family to do that. I can only wonder if it actually tasted any good. Bestia's peculiar sword was always with him for his twisted banquets of self-gratification. However much blood stained it, it never lost its sheen. It's as though the sword drank of the flesh of humans. Master, can you imagine how wretched I felt? The mansion, once a beautiful sight to behold, reeked of death and acrimony. The stench of rotting flesh seeped from the cellar. Even the years it spent forsaken and in ruins were preferable to that. Or perhaps I only had myself to blame. It was I who had invited the beast into the mansion.
More, not enough. This isn't enough to satisfy me.
But Bestia sought to hold more of his perverse parties. Lost villages were no longer enough to quell his urges. He was indeed a genuine beast. And in time, this is what he began to wish for.
Can't you get me any better prey? Something truly exquisite. The perfect prey to quench this maddening thirst of mine.
You know what he meant when he asked for the perfect prey, Master? Perhaps a hero, someone courageous enough to stand up to him, with whom he could enjoy a battle to the death. Perhaps a dazzling young nymph to satisfy his other primal urges. Or perhaps he wanted not a human at all, but a demon or a phantom. I would find out as the mansion attempted to grant his wish, bringing yet another guest to the House Uncliff. Oh, sick. Demon battles. We're in Act 3. Whoa. Sure. If the devil guides us, if God guides us, then perhaps I could accept that this was fate. Then it makes sense that I am here. Alright, we're gonna have a sick, like, angel-demon battle. Is anyone there? I've lost my way. Would you please be so kind as to spare me a little food? Ah, there it is. There comes the poor little offering. They never learn. They just keep coming again and again. The magic keeps granting my wish.
I would be glad to provide you some food. And you are welcome to stay the night. Go get some rest. I will have a room prepared.
Oh, we got some white-haired, red-eyed. Then I suppose I shall take you up on your generosity. I have been wandering for a very, very long time. What was that, Master? You recognize her? I imagine you would. That white hair, those red eyes, skin the color of freshly fallen snow, and that flawlessly beautiful visage. You cannot possibly mistake her for anyone else. And no, it is not someone who happens to resemble her. I can understand why you'd be surprised, Master. At first, I could hardly believe my own eyes. The wanderer knocking on the door that day was the very same fair-skinned young woman who had visited the mansion so many years earlier. The white-haired girl must have spent many, many a night in the forest. Her crystalline skin was covered in red scratches from where she had brushed against stray branches and tree bark. She had even lost her shoes, and was standing there barefoot, looking quite disheartened. But that did not make her any less beautiful. In fact, you could just imagine the dense forest canopy parting to allow the sun to shine down upon her. But she doesn't do well with sun, so maybe not that. The beast appeared surprised by her angelic beauty as well. It seemed as though all the madness drained from him in a moment. He said nothing, but his eyes told all. He was entranced by the sight of her beauty, ruby red irises and her pure white hair. Pardon? I am a beast. This is what I asked for. Something to quench my thirst. You are allowed to be happy. But as I said, it was only for a moment. So rejoice! Imagine just how gratifying it will be to see such a beautiful woman writhing in the throes of death. The throes of death.
Follow me, I will have a bath drawn as well.
And for once the moment had passed, the beast was barely able to contain the wellspring of madness within himself. He wanted nothing more than to run his sword through the white-haired girl that very instant, to torture her, to defile her. Maybe don't do that. Maybe undo. He tended to her wounds, served her supper, and drew a bath for her. And afterward the beast even made to provide her with a dress to wear. Even the outfit she had only worn for one night so many, many years before was there, waiting for someone to put it on again. For her to put it on again. He said she could choose anything she liked. She, being such a modest young woman, said she needed not of such fine attire. Yeah. What a shame that was! I too wished to see her in that dress once more. I need not for such fine clothing.
You need to be modest.
No, that's not why.
Are they not to your liking then?
No, my apologies. You're very generous. Foolish girl, smiling and calling me generous. I was simply imagining what a pretty sight it would be. The sight of her fresh blood splattered on it. The sight of her life slipping away in it. I'm glad that, after wandering for so long, I ended up here in this mansion. And in a few hours, you'll be feeling the exact opposite.
Get all the rest you need. I shall see you again in the morning.
I thank you. Okay. Bestia then made his way out of the girl's bedchamber. His mask came crumbling off after only taking a few steps.
There, that's precisely what I wanted. Just imagining such a beautiful woman, how such a beautiful woman will scream. How she'll beg for her life. Hey, are you there? The mansion has given me the perfect offering. Hey! She's not here.
She's not here. Don't call again. Is someone there? Oh shit, reunion. Yes, I came by to ask if there was anything you needed. I cannot offer you anything extravagant, not like before, but I am here to provide you with anything in my capacity. I appreciate the offer, but I need nothing. Being allowed to stay the night is more than enough. Do you work here in the mansion? Yes, indeed I do. I've been here for a very, very long time. Hey, you remember me? I was, a very long time. You might think this an odd question, but have we met before? Something about you seems familiar. Ah, she don't remember. And I get the feeling I've been in this mansion before. Yes, we have met. It was quite some time ago, though. When was it? It was unimaginably long time ago. Do you remember a boy and a girl with flaxen hair? Flaxen hair. I apologize. My memory fails me. Do you not remember me either? I see. You should probably not push yourself to remember then. Just avoid that trauma. There were joyous times and there were less than joyous times. But would you be so kind as to answer one question? What might your name be? My name? My name is... I'm not allowed to know yet. I see. So you are... again. Again? You should get some rest. I will not make tea. I will make tea for you in the morning. Also... Go on, close your eyes. But Bestia never waited for morning to come. With his sword, that smelled of blood hanging from his hip, the beast slowly, ever so slowly, crept toward the room where the white-haired girl slept. The time was soon approaching for the bloodthirsty beast to paint the walls with young woman's blood. To turn her bedchamber into a gore-splattered altar upon which he would offer her to the devil. The devil! However, when he opened the door, the beast could hardly believe his eyes. She was not asleep, but sitting there as if expecting Bestia's arrival.
Why are you awake? Did you not go to sleep?
I heard footsteps, though.
And what were you planning to do when I got here? Surely you didn't think we'd simply have a nice midnight chat.
I was hoping to ask what it was that you wanted.
To ask what it was I wanted? You even realize what you're saying. Couldn't you not see what's in my hand? You know exactly what I came here to do. Aren't you going to beg? Aren't you going to plead for your life? Aren't you going to ask me not to kill you?
If it's necessary, but is that what you want?
What I want is something much, much more gratifying than your pleas. I want to hold a banquet. Not enough. No matter what I do, it's not enough. But you would be enough to satisfy me. To quench this unholy thirst, to completely wholly fill me to the bursting point. You want to know what I desire? I desire to devour you.
Oh. Bessie shoved the girl back, slamming her into the mattress. He then stabbed his sword through the sheets beside her, looking down upon the girl, the moonlight at his back. Clenching her slender throat with one hand, he drew the sword once more, holding the tip inches from her nose. No matter how much blood it drank, the sword continued to shine gloriously as though it had just come from the forge. It was an awe-inspiring tear-shedding blade, the sight of which would cause anyone to imagine the misfortune about to befall them.
Go on, mock me, ridicule the hideous barbaric beast standing before you. From the moment you saw me, you thought me unsettling, no? But you averted your eyes, because I had food for you, because I gave you a place to rest. You pretended not to notice the beast. This is retribution for you damned humans. So beg for your life like they all do cry, plead for mercy.
If you say that you are ugly, then I must be equally ugly. What? What came from the girl's mouth was neither a plea nor an insult nor a scream. Full-grown men had wept before him, and yet the slight young woman did not. Despite this terrifying beast being upon her, moments away from extinguishing her life. Even I almost shrieked in fright. Bessie could neither believe his eyes nor his ears.
Do you not fear me? Can you not see what I'm about to do to you? What am I
to be afraid of? I'm
threatening to murder you, to rip your intestines out with these claws and watch you die in agony. I enjoy it more than anything in the world. Filling others with hearts with fear. The more lives I take, the more I enjoy it. I am a beast driven by madness.
What he expected was the beautiful girl before him to desperately implore him for mercy. He wanted nothing more than to see despair seep into every corner of her red eyes. For he believed it would be truly a sublime moment, euphoria unlike anything he had experienced before. Bessie prodded her with his singular sword, poking a slit in skin smoother than silk. You mean to take mercy on me because you see me as pitiful? She did not do as the beast wished. She looked up at him with sympathy rather than fear. This rattled the beast. He'd never once seen anyone respond to him that way.
But what possessed you to say that? What on earth is going through your head? Mercy! Do you not comprehend the situation? How can you be so calm? Scream, cry, and shout, beg for me to spare you, throw yourself at my feet.
It's kind of difficult to do when you're over here. Just a little bit.
Throw yourself at my feet. Otherwise I'm a beast. A beast that never tires of killing. To me, you appear to be a person. You're lying.
You listen to the things I say and you respond with your own words.
I was taught how to speak. I'm a beast who speaks human language.
But you think. You use your mind to come up with responses. And you hesitate.
If I'm human, then why do you disparage me so? Why did they reject me and try to kill me? Because I'm a beast. A repulsive beast. That's why, isn't it?
I will do nothing to hurt you. We are alike.
Alike? Don't be ridiculous. How can you say that we're alike when you're as beautiful as you are?
There is nothing beautiful about me. What value does outward appearance have?
You
have suffered much persecution, which is why you tremble in fear.
I'm not trembling. You're trembling. I'm not afraid.
I can hear the cries of your heart.
What on earth is wrong with you, man? Why are you not afraid? Why do you not scream in terror?
I am afraid, but more than fear, I feel like I know now what my role is.
Your role?
You will have me, then I would like to remain here in the mansion.
Are you mad? I will eventually kill you. Torture you, put you through hell, make you wish you were never born.
That does not change my mind. Please allow me to stay. I find it very hard to believe that what you want deep down is to hurt people. And I get the feeling that I am meant to be here. That it is my role.
You,
Bessie was at a loss. He was perhaps afraid of the girl who did not fear him, and even attempted to embrace him. She behaved too differently from all the other humans he knew of, who only ever harassed and pushed him away.
why are you so kind to me? To this beast, this murderer.
Bessie's sword slipped from his hand, hitting the floor with a metallic whine. When the sound died down, the white-haired girl extended her hands for the beast with the utmost affability. Her fingers were white as freshly fallen snow, something this area never saw. They traced his distinctive frame. They ran along his unusually shaped nose. They slid across his rough, yellowed skin. They drifted around his rather small eyes. The beast trembled once more, this time not out of twisted desire from deep within, but from the unimaginable comfort of physical contact. Fingers moved so gently, so pleasantly, wrapping him in their warmth. Are you crying? A single teardrop slid down the arc of her finger. Looking into her clear eyes, Bessie came to a realization, and at the same time he felt somewhat dismayed.
You are without sight.
Taken in the throes of his primal urges, the beast had not noticed, but there was emptiness in the girl's eyes. She appeared to be gazing far into the distance, not focused on the man, despite being close enough to touch him. Tears had begun to run down Bessie's cheeks earlier, when she had called him a person, but it was not until one of those droplets had slid across the back of her fingers that she had realized. She would indeed have no need of extravagant dresses. After all, she could not see what she was wearing. That is correct, I am blind. But whoever decided that reality is only that which can be seen. I know not what appearances I have. In the darkness, everything is as one. There is no difference between beast and man. If you are a beast, then I too must be a beast. To call a girl a beast would be paramount to eating sugar and insisting it was salt. Do pardon the trite analogy, please. But you would know rather well, Master, that the white-haired girl was not at all what you would call a beast. Not simply in appearance, but all the way down to her core. There was nothing beastly about her. Her words brought him faint pain, but the beast still felt, on some level, that he wanted to keep her at his side. To see what would happen. His next words were, in part, impulsive.
I'm grateful that you cannot see me. Me.
Without exception, everyone who had wandered into the mansion had lost their lives before the sun rose the next morning. She was the first visitor who had not met this fate. Over time, Bestie's madness gradually subsided. He even began to seem rather tame. I hardly believe it was the same beast who had once reveled in those perverse festivities. He was, as I imagine, at a loss for how to behave. I too would be flustered in the constant presence of such beauty. But it was not just her appearance. She had said she wished to live with him, a beast who had committed countless atrocities. Perplexing indeed. What is the matter?
Do you honestly not fear me?
Do I appear to be afraid of you?
No, you do not.
But you would. If you could see me, you would react the same as everyone else. You would mock me, you would despise me, you would want to kill me. You don't know what I've done because you can't see. I enjoyed it. I basked in their terror. So why do I not want you to find out? I don't want you to know how many people I've tortured, how many I've slaughtered, how much blood I've imbibed. All the horrible things I've done. Horrible? I'm aware that what I've done is wrong, but I relished in it. I wanted for so long to slaughter them. I desperately desired to see blood, human blood. What is it I crave, murder? Or laughter? I said that I had no need for peace, yet here I am. Is something the matter?
No, some tea.
Oh, shall I make some more? Are you thirsty?
No, I made some tea. It's probably cold by now. I thought you might want some, you know. You don't.
No, I'll take it. Hee hee.
What are you laughing about?
Because I'm happy.
Alright, is it to your liking?
It's bitter. Shit. I left it in there for like 20 minutes. I should have took the bags out. Their life together began quietly, their days without event. They had no extravagant meals, there were no swaths of guests lending life to the mansion's halls, but there was also no screaming in fear for their life. It was the peaceful life Bestia had lost, and he had returned once more to that quiet realm. What's the matter?
You are always so quick to notice my presence.
My world is one of darkness, so I have a heightened sense of hearing.
What is it like? How do you perceive the world? I cannot imagine living in complete darkness.
Occasionally I can see light.
Light?
Yes, not a radiant light like the sun, but a soft light floating in the darkness. Like a candlelight, I suppose.
That only perplexes me all the more. I find it difficult to understand what you are describing.
Is that so? It's difficult for me as well. I'm not sure how to explain it. But it's not complete darkness. I could sense your presence, for instance, and I could tell how windy it is from the way the window vibrates. And also...
Also?
I also feel as though I could sense the wavering of emotions. The candlelight begins to flicker erratically. From fear, intense sorrow, or other similar emotions.
My emotion?
I do not know. It could be yours, it could be mine. This mansion's a very peculiar place. Candlelight is always wavering, and yet it seems somehow stable. Makes me feel as though this is where I belong.
I don't think I understand. I am a beast and so I lack intelligence.
But you...
I am going to go hunting. Is there anything you would like?
Whatever you like. Alright then, if you find any fruit, that'd be sick.
Fruit.
It's sour. You picked it before it was ripe.
I didn't know. I lacked the critical information. Is that bad? I don't know anything. A fucking beast thumb over here.
I cannot see, but if the fruit is still green, you are not supposed to eat it yet. Oh, hey, get it? Because she's colored green. Ow, my bones. Ow, my bones. I cannot see, but if the fruit is still green, you're not supposed to eat it. What color are these?
Get green? No, they're blue.
Shall I give you a hand preparing supper?
I cannot ask for help of someone who can't see. You'll hurt yourself.
Don't worry, I can tell for the most part where things are by touch and sound. Are you worried?
Worried.
The thought of blood dripping down her finger doesn't excite me. What's going on? What on earth has happened to me? If I appear to be in any danger of harming myself, please let me know. Then you have nothing to worry about. You do not seem any more comfortable in the kitchen than me.
She always cooks the... Where'd she go?
Huh? She always
comes when I call. Bruh, she ditched us.
I had hidden myself away. Bestie had learned how to go about his daily life without my assistance, and the two of them had no need of others in their peaceful world. Oh my, what's the matter, Master? Heh. I was not lonely at all, no. It was an absolute pleasure simply watching them. I mean that. It's not my role to be at her side, nor was I to be one at hers. Be the one at hers. If she could make Bestia into the master of the house, then my presence was unnecessary. I appear when I'm needed, as I appeared to serve the flaxen-haired family, nothing more. If they sought a servant, then I would show myself. Yes, certainly. After some time, they began to sleep in the same beds. Damn. Oh, dear, no, not for the reasons you're imagining, Master. Yeah, filthy. You thought no such thing. Heh. Though they slept in the same bed, they did not lay together. They did so, it seemed, because they were more comfortable in the same place. The two acted more like family than lovers.
Hey, hello. Are you asleep?
Nah, I'm awake.
Is the candlelight wavering?
Right now, it is very calm.
Is he? So tell me about your childhood,
What, me?
won't you?
My child?
Yeah. I have no such stories to tell.
When I was a child, I lost everything. My mother, father, brothers, everyone. So for as long as I can remember, I did not have a father. I lived alone with my mother, but I never felt like that was a bad thing.
Was she kind?
Yes, very. She was a compassionate woman. But we were poor, and because I cannot see, my mother was the only one who could work. She would be away for long stretches of time, supposedly because she served a respectable house. I do not know whether or not that was true. Perhaps she was doing much more demanding work. See. Never asked. I believed not asking was best for her. From time to time I would receive letters from her. Someone who lived nearby read them to me. The letters went something like this. Life in the mansion is difficult, but everyone treats me so well, and they say I do good work. I'll be back with more money soon, so you be a good girl. Other than that, she allegedly expressed concern for my health and safety, as well as repeatedly saying how much she loved me.
You have a good mom.
I did. Nearly everything I remember my mother saying to me was written in her letters. So much kindness and warmth.
Why do you not live with her now? How did you end up here in the mansion?
Before long, she lost her life at her place of employment, and I was sent the money she had earned. It was, I imagine, enough to survive on. When my mother was alive, she often lamented my blindness. If only you could see, she would say. I could show you just how extraordinary this world is. So I decided I would visit a renowned physician in order to fulfill my mother's dream. A physician in this country, however. Upon examining me, he said he could not restore my sight. Dejected, I was on my way back home when bandits attacked. They robbed me of the money I had brought to pay for my treatment. Lost everything my mother saved for me. The money she gave her life to earn for me. Failed to repay her for anything that she did, which cast a dark cloud over my heart. My world has always been wrapped in darkness, but at that moment, I was in the deepest abyss. There's not even a speck of light. I was at a complete loss. Nowhere to go, I simply wandered, no destination in mind. That was when I miraculously arrived at this mansion. It was as if it had summoned me here. You were being summoned by the mansion to fulfill my craving. But it didn't end up that way. I wonder if the mansion is disappointed.
I see.
I apologize for not having a brighter tale to tell. I imagine you were hoping to hear joyful childhood memories.
Nah, did they hurt you?
Pardon?
The bandits. When they attacked you, were you hurt?
You are so compassionate.
I am no such thing. I am not compassionate.
It's perfectly fine. I took a few scratches, but nothing you need to worry about.
I see.
I believe that I am happy now. I am unable to regain my sight, and I haven't the money to return home. But I believe I left in order to come here. Is your life right now happy?
I'm
terrified. I'm volatile. I'm growing accustomed to this woman's comfort. I'm afraid of losing her. A beast should not have these feelings. A murderous beast.
Take this.
What is...
It makes a good gift, supposedly.
Oh no, it's the rose that she left behind all those years ago. Monka. I was trying to throw it out when I learned...
I was trying to throw it out when I learned that, but I couldn't. It felt like it was meant to be given to someone. That could only be you. It is a fake white rose.
White rose accessory.
You don't want it?
No, I do. I just... For some reason... never mind. Thank you, I appreciate it. Do you not desire more prey? But you were so hungry for blood before. I've had enough. I don't need any more. Although she is blind, no, because she cannot see me, she does not push me away. She's the only one willing to accept me. Is this gonna be the case of like, return her sight and then test your bonds or some shit? So hard to please. You obtain peace, cast it aside, and then pick it up once more. But you'll never be able to escape it completely. After all, you are enchanted by the pleasure of murder brings. You have been for a very, very long time. This time I'm done. I won't kill anyone anymore. Being with her is far more satisfying than the joy killing brought me. To be with her is what I truly want. So very self-centered.
You certainly are. Hey.
It was as though he was viewing a flashback. The sound of knocking echoed through the mansion, as it had the day the merchant came and brought the beast's short-lived peace crashing down.
What did I just tell you? I do not want any more prey. Stop it, stop! Don't bring any more. I thought you were supposed to fulfill my desires. Why did the door open?
Sword in hand, Bestia ran through the mansion's halls. He was overcome with fear. He had obtained the peace he so dearly wanted, and he had found someone who did not fear him. He was terrified that the appearance of more prey would cause us all to crumble. If he spotted the prey, murdered them, and conceded to his madness, she might choose to leave him. As much as she claimed he was not hideous, if she witnessed him doing that,
I'll just chase them out. I'm done with this. My desire has changed. I'm done with this shit.
however,
Oh, why?
Bessie shuddered in terror at the sight. Oh, it's another him! Whoa! He did wish for like a challenge once. It just took some time to to charge up, I guess.
Stay back. Stay away from me.
He broke into a run. It was not, after all, helpless prey that had entered the mansion.
The thing is...
The monster's voice seemed to slither along the floor behind him. He felt as though if he were to turn around, it would be right there on top of him.
Why are you chasing me?
Bessie shouted with fear in his voice, uncharacteristic of the beast who had so readily slaughtered its prey. But can you blame him?
That's a bestia. A bestia.
In that moment, I had an epiphany. I'd assumed he had called himself Bestia, unaware of the word meant.
A bestia other than me.
Bestia is not in fact a name. It is a word that means beast. Indeed, a second beast had come to the mansion.
Why are you chasing me? You here to kill me? Is it because I settled down because I wanted to stop being a beast?
Is something the matter? When the white-haired girl poked her head out of the bedchamber, Bestia was aghast. Bestia was aghast. He frantically attempted to return her to her room.
You mustn't leave your room.
But as he was doing this, the horrifying creature, no, the beast's voice drew nearer.
Do not open this door for any reason. I'll protect you.
That's right. I don't want this piece destroyed. These tranquil days, together with this woman, I'll protect them. I will. Trembling in fear, Bestia gathered his resolve. Pointed his sword, which until then had been used to torment others, at the second beast. Now he would wield his blade to protect the person he cared about. This was the same beast who killed to satisfy his own primal desire.
I will not let you destroy this. I will protect it from you.
From rational points of view, the things he was saying and feeling were rather idealistic, but Bestia was desperate. Did not want to lose his peace. Before long, the beast, the one chasing him, appeared from within the darkness.
No.
Say, Master, resolve is the only thing necessary for one to act courageously, but that not mean anyone could become a hero. Bestia had viciously slaughtered so many people before. He had gathered the courage to protect the things he cared for, but now he was shaking. He did not gallantly bring his sword down upon the approaching beast. Instead, he trembled visibly from head to toe. Must have been quite terrified at the beast's appearance.
Stop! No! Stay away from me! Don't stay back! No, cut that shit out, please!
Seeing Bestia so scared, I imagine the beast thought it was a prime opportunity for it slowly, ever so slowly, ambled toward him.
Ah!
If I don't kill it, it will kill me. I have to kill it. 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 And that was the moment Bestia's mind ran off the rails of sanity. Kill, 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 kill! He lifted his sword above his head, facing the approaching beast. And ferociously swung down on his assailant. Again and again and again. Screaming horrifically at the top of his lungs. There's more X's in there. I don't know what you're supposed to do about that. He continuously swung. He continued swing after swing until the other beast had gone completely still. Before long, copious volumes of fresh blood stained the corridor. At some point, the other beast had stopped moving and sunken into a pool of its own lifeblood.
I did it. I did it. I killed it. I killed the other bestia. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha.
Oh, no, it's still alive. Bestia had let his guard down, assuming he had claimed victory over the unmoving beast. I'd not imagined either that the beast could still be alive after shedding so much blood.
Stay back.
The beast reached its hand towards Bestia. It was determined to drag him into the underworld, it seemed. Slowly sliding upon the slippery floor, it dragged itself towards him. Even on its last breath, it continued reaching for Bestia, fixated on him. Kicked the beast's hand up into the air, staggering it, and then...
Burn in hell!
Rammed his blade down into it. Bestia's fear-stricken expression was hardly that of a knight who had just saved the maiden. Nevertheless, he had indeed eradicated the other beast. Spooky giggling. Oh shit. Pauline and the merchant are back. What could this be? It's about time for you to set off. Indeed. You take care out there. Don't eat anything funny and get yourself sick, got it? I'll be fine. I'm a tough one. The more overconfident you are, the more you'll push yourself and get risk getting hurt. Make sure you drink lots and lots of water, okay? Take care not to get heat stroke or sunstroke, Kate. You worry too much. Relax, I know how to take care of myself on a ship. I know, but you never know what might happen. I want you to be in good health when I see you again. I will be. Though I'll probably keep you waiting for a long time again. I'll be waiting. Don't worry about me, I'll be waiting, I promise. I managed to wait a year and a half already, so I can manage this. Come back, okay? You have my word. Thanks. Safe travels. I refuse to believe that he could be dead. I have to find proof that somewhere out there he's still alive and well. I have to find him. I have to prove it. Ah, well. We've arrived at our destination, madame. Madam. Though I dearly wish I could assist you in your search, I have other things to attend to during our stay. No, don't worry yourself. I couldn't possibly impose on you any further. Madame, Pauline, you mustn't put yourself in danger. Should anything happen to you, your mother would be devastated. I wonder if Mom's mad. Nah, she's probably sad. Sorrow is expansive as the Albufera wetlands, deep as the ocean in which the sun sets. It's all my fault. But don't worry, I'll be fine. As soon as I have certainty of his well-being, I'll go straight home. Me and him together. Pauline, your lovers. I have faith in him. He would never break a promise to me. He's always come back to me no matter how long it took. A man like that wouldn't just suddenly disappear on me. There's been a mistake, and I have to prove it. I have to be the one to do it. Because he'll remain gone unless I see with my own eyes. I wonder who you inherited your stubbornness from. What? Nothing. An acquaintance of mine lives in this village. I shall be staying with him. Let him know about you. Should gladly welcome you into his home. Thank you, Orlando. You've been such a big help. Pauline. 1 month. You search for 1 month, and if you haven't found him, you come home with me. Will you promise me that? You're her only daughter. Okay. Good. Tell you the truth, I regret bringing you with me. What I should have done is dragged you back home. But I couldn't bear to see you like that, Pauline. It was like I was looking at her when she was younger. Orlando. Anyway, 1 month, understood? Yeah. Don't worry, a month it'll be plenty. I will find him before the month is up. Sleepy Seaside Village is one on the small side, but from what I've been told, it used to have a flourishing fishing industry. Now, though, it's like there's a fog hanging out over everywhere. Not surprising, though. A few months ago, the village was part of a war for control of the country, and now they're under a different rule than before. Stripped of their independence and battered by the raging tempest of war, people's spirits have been eroded. And spiritual damage is not so easily mended. Even if they were not physically harmed, there are deep wounds in their hearts. It's a lovely village, though. Breeze feels different than it does back home. Beneath it all, I'm sure the people are actually quite friendly and cheerful. Long time ago, I went on a trip to a land in the south. This country is quite a bit south of mine. People blessed with lots of sunlight are bound to be warm at their core. Say, Orlando. Yeah. May I take a look around the village? I don't see why not. Sun's still up. Need some time to catch up with my acquaintance, so I suppose it's good at opportunity as any. Do you know where to find me, madame? Yes, you go down that way, turn right turn at the second crossroad, follow it straight for a little, cross over to the other side, and it's right there, right? Are you sure you can find it? Don't worry. Alright then. Planning to stay within the village today, right? See you in a little bit then. If you get lost, give me a holla. As much as you would insist otherwise, you really do care, Orlando. I feel bad enough as it is. Please don't take advantage of me. I think I might take full advantage of this. Thanks. Damn. Rude. Oh. What the fuck? Sad boy? Where's my save button again? You still up and about? I guess. Do you see this new boy? Should I stop here then? Are you coherent? Okay, I guess I'll stop here then.